feeling better? How are things treating you?
I'm feeling much better. I mean, it's been, I started getting sick, I believe, on the 14th. So, it's been some time, going over 3 weeks now. 2 weeks, I was dead to the world and just couldn't shake it and felt awful. And, they didn't give us any medication. After I tested 3 days after being home, it took us about 8 days to get the test back and then giving the medication. So kind of just rode it out and, had no energy, but finally just started feeling a little bit energetic and started getting up and moving, and day at a time start feeling better. And I think now we're over the hump. We're definitely feeling much better and getting more active now, getting outside, walking and exercising and, trying to feel normal again for sure.
Exactly, and that's great news to the ears of Testament fans that you're feeling better. And with the state of what's going on right now, are you guys holding off announcing any kind of tour with this new album?
Well, the tour that we were supposed to do was just supposed to start April 20th here, and I think actually we're going to be releasing a announcement in the next day or two here coming up about that tour. Of course, it's not going to happen, and then we're looking at the summer in Europe. Some of the festivals have announced cancellations, so we'll kind of see how that's going to pan out. But we have been planning an American tour in September that we've been working on for months, so I think we're going to kind of continue to try to complete that tour and, hope for the best that things work out and get kind of back to normal by then.
Well, I hear you. I know back a few years ago when they did the Big Four, I always thought, man, Testament should be on that lineup. It should be the Big Five. You ever thought or is there ever a possibility of that ever happening again?
Oh, I doubt it. I mean, those guys, when they call it the Big Four, those four bands definitely represent the Big Four of that time and era when they were, back in a time when we're selling records, and you're getting gold records and platinum records, so they definitely represent that for, that era for sure.
I hear you. And the other thing I wanted to ask you before we let you go, as I saw that this new release has been released on vinyl and cassette, did you ever think that day would happen again?
Not at all. I mean, no, not many people have cassettes anymore, but it's a really cool novelty. It's a really cool shade of blue, the cassette. But Nuclear Blast is awesome about putting out vinyl and selling it in different editions. A picture disc or a blood splatter or a gold one, green one, red one, blue one. I mean, they do a great job with that, releasing cool collectible vinyl stuff. And they did a really beautiful box set with a nice 3D hologram on the front of it. That's really cool.
That's awesome. Well, Chuck, we appreciate you taking time to be on Rock and Metal Revival today. We're going to play another cut of the new Testament album. It's called Titans of Creation. And this track, we let you pick out. You wanted us to play City of Angels. Is there anything in particular or special about this song, Chuck?
Well, it's funny that we're playing it right now, and this is a song that I was at the beginning trying to I didn't want this song to make the record. And somehow it found its way through a weird way when we were writing. The guy, my partner I write lyrics with, I didn't want this on the record. I thought it wasn't fast enough to met up with the rest of the songs, but when I played it with my buddy writing, he had the song written already. So I read it through and it worked, and I went back to the studio and sang it. And that was the song where I found different textures of my voice and different things and worked my way through it, and it turned out to be one of the standout tracks on the record now. So it's just funny, here you are playing it when I really didn't want it to make the record, and it's pretty awesome.
Well, I know, Chuck, I can't wait until this is all over and we can see Testament back out on the road again, and I want to thank you once again for coming on Rock and Metal Revival.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
There's Tesla from the Psychotic Suffer album. That one's called Song and Emotion on Rock and Metal Revival. And, dude, they've got a new album out, 5-Man London Jam.
Is it acoustic?
And it is an acoustic album.
Okay, cool.
Going back kind of 30-year anniversary of the five-man acoustical jam. I can't believe it's been 30 years since that album came out.
No way. Really?
Yeah, and on this new album too, dude, they've got they've used some of the, like, from Into the Now. There's a song, Into the Now is actually on there. Miles Away, and some of the others. There's a One-Off Shock, and there's some other stuff. So they've actually added some of the newer stuff they've done since the last 30 years, and it's kind of a cool. And you got Dave Rude playing on.
Definitely going to be good.
Yeah. And next week we're going to have Jeff Keith from Tesla with us.
No way. We finally got
show.
Jeff Keith, and I can't talk to him.
Yeah, you know what? I was thinking about that the other day.
All I was going to talk to him about was that country album he put out, and how it needed cowbell. It would have been a huge, huge hit if it had just had cowbell, and it was all a huge disaster because of that.
Well, I'll tell you what, dude. I will ask him about the cowbell when I talk to him. I'll make sure I get that in there. But we'll have Jeff Keith on the show next week. We have had every member of Tesla, past and present, haven't we?
Yeah, I think so. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, we have. That's very cool. I've always been a fan like that. You got that live one, too, don't you? The Mechanical Resonance Live.
Yep.
You got that on vinyl. I think I picked that up for you.
Yep. You got that for me. That's cool. Cool.
All right, so next week we will have, like I said, Jeff Keith from Tesla. We want to thank Chuck-Billy once again for coming on the show. I hope Chuck feels better soon. Man, like he said, got no way to know if he's past it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's no test to see if you've, you're cured.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, man. For everybody out there, seriously, please be safe.
Yep.
Take care of each other. We will get through this. I swear to God we will, but we need to just kind of mellow out a little bit, okay?
Yep. All work together. Stay home.
Yep.
Listen to tunes. And, do something constructive at home. It's not that difficult.
Get your own podcast like we've got and do something destructive.
Yeah. I wouldn't recommend it, but hey.
No, it's a lot of work.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, dude, it's good to be back, man. It's good to be back and talking to you. Next week we will be back, and as we always say, please don't drink and drive.
Smoke and fly. And wash your hands.
Peace.
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands. Yeah, wash your hands.